Monster Garou vs Boros has been a fight many webcomic fans have debated about for a while now, and even one sensei himself said it would be a good fight. I believe chapter 165 of One Punch Man has finally given us a conclusive answer to this question. Well, as long as they don't do another redraw and change everything. I'll start off by comparing each character's speed. Boros' best speed feat is kicking Saitama to the moon in about a second, which would be around the speed of light. In the databook translations I've seen, it stated the energy he surrounded Saitama with negates friction and allows for near light speed travel. I believe he uses this same energy to surround himself as well. And he uses the same legs he kicked Saitama to the moon with to jump and run, so he should be able to travel at similar speeds himself. A tweet from Murata also apparently has him saying he imagined Saitama flying at the speed of light from Boros' kick. In an interview from Murata, he said Boros' minion Garou threw rocks at sub-light speeds, so it would stand to reason Boros would be faster than one of his minions. Boros also seemed to be faster than those rocks based off how Saitama reacted to them, so overall I think it's pretty narratively consistent Boros is around the speed of light. The speed of light sounds hard to beat, right? Well, luckily for Garou, he currently has the craziest speed feat in the manga. During his fight with Platinum Sperm, they light up the sky with their movements, traveling an incalculable distance in just 1.3 milliseconds. Well, I say incalculable, but some crazy weeaboo actually did it. I can't say for sure he was 100% accurate, but based off all the work he put into it, and all the people who signed off on it, I think there's a good chance it's at least somewhat accurate. His calculation put Garou at the time at 4 times the speed of light. This actually makes sense considering how he and Platinum Sperm just surpassed Flashy Flash in speed, who stated to be light speed in the databook. You could argue the calc is off and that Flashy Flash statement is just a hyperbole, but even then, this speed feat is still clearly incredible and at least approaching light speed. And Garou powers up again while in this form, and then transforms 3 more times, so I have a hard time seeing Garou being slower than Boros. In terms of power, one of Boros' punches in his meteoric burst form melted a city's worth of metal from his heat-resistant ship. He was strong enough to kick Saitama to the moon at around light speed, and his strongest move, Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, was stated to be strong enough to wipe the surface of the planet in the manga, and in the anime and guidebooks it stated it could destroy the planet itself. There is a guide statement that states he can destroy a star with it, but I believe the Japanese word used was Hoshi, which could mean star or planet, and often gets mistranslated. I'm almost certain in context it's supposed to mean planet. Garou has been constantly powering up throughout his fights, but the first feat he gets that actually puts him on Boros' radar is when he sends a massive shockwave through the planet, causing it to bulge up on the other side. Considering he made an entire side of the planet bulge out, I would say that puts him at least at multi-continental in power. However, that panel was technically taken out in a redraw, so we don't know if that much actually bulged up for sure, but the feat's still really impressive regardless. In his Cosmic Fear mode, he gains the Life-Eradicating Fist and is able to create nuclear fission with his punches, causing nuclear explosions with every strike. His most powerful move that he's shown off so far is his Gamma Ray Burst. A Gamma Ray Burst is an explosion that occurs at the end of the life of a massive star and is the most powerful explosive phenomenon that has currently been observed in our universe. Garou said the techniques he copies get honed to perfection, and the narrator told us how powerful a Gamma Ray Burst is for a reason, so I believe this move should be large star at a solar system level. By now, I think it's pretty clear who's more powerful. You can try and argue Boros is comparable with his Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon if the star translation is correct, but that move was a release of all of Boros' energy, while it seems Garou still has plenty of energy to spare after his attack. If you want to try and argue Garou's attack isn't as strong as a real Gamma Ray Burst, Garou was able to copy Saitama's consecutive normal punches and match the original. That same move turned Boros to paste. Boros was able to regenerate, and his regeneration is a powerful ability. But Garou also has some level of regeneration, and is a master martial artist, confirmed to be better in hand-to-hand combat by one himself. So at his peak, I think it's extremely clear Garou completely outmatches Boros. A much closer fight would be Monster Garou before acquiring some of God's power. If we're talking about that version, Garou should still have the speed advantage, but Boros might have the power advantage. However, Boros only really has the power advantage with his Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, which he can only use once. Garou's shockwave through the planet feat didn't waste all of his power. And if Boros' attack was only strong enough to destroy the surface of the planet, it really isn't that much stronger. If it can actually destroy the entire planet, it would probably kill Garou. But Garou would still have the speed advantage and could probably blitz Boros before he could get it off. Boros' regen might keep him alive long enough to get the attack off, but even then Garou would likely dodge it. At that point it either goes into space or destroys the planet. If it destroys the planet, whoever survives in space can win. As far as I know, neither of them have confirmed proof of being able to survive in space, so it could arguably just be a draw. So in conclusion, Boros is probably strong enough to beat Garou up into his final monster form, where it's an extremely close fight that Garou probably has the edge in due to speed and martial arts skill. In Cosmic Fear mode, Garou just stomps. Let me know what you guys think of my assessment of this battle. If you disagree with me, I will use my all social life eradicating fist to debunk you.